Hi there, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video you can see how I played at a tournament here in Switzerland. But first, let's talk about the Swiss tennis ranking system. In Switzerland the lowest amateur ranking is an R9 and the highest amateur ranking is R1, after which you become ranked on the national level, with N4 being the lower level professional and N1 the best. I am currently in R7 and I signed up for a tournament for players ranked between R7 and R9. In my first round I was up against Patrick, who was in R8. Before the match, I wrote down some items I wanted to keep in mind during the match, such as my breath, my footwork, and to stay vigilant and look for weaknesses in my opponent's playstyle. Let's take a look if this worked for me. Because this tournament is played on carpet indoor, I decided to receive first to get a better feel of the surface and see how specific balls would bounce and to react properly to them, and also give myself a bit of a break in case I make mistakes. So I'm happy with the way I started. I got a solid start and broke him in his first service game, which always gives you a bit of more relaxed atmosphere to play. And then I also held my own serve, which is always a good thing. And then you're up to love. And then it's difficult to not get too relaxed in your playstyle, because it's not over until it's over. And definitely not over after the first two games. In the second service game, Patrick was more stable and made me play a lot more balls, which was good, and I ended up making some mistakes. And we also got some longer rallies, which ended up being favorable for him. So I managed to get that ball with a full stretch. Not sure if that was gonna go out, but better be safe than sorry. And ended up winning that point. Now at 30-all, it's an important setup point. And we rally it out, but Patrick ends up getting it, which gives him a break point, which I'm able to convert. And then we ended up at deuce. And he placed his passing shot to give him another break point on my serve. He ended up breaking me, so now we're at 3-all. And I noticed that in this first set, I mostly won the shorter rallies, while Patrick won the longer rallies. And so these longer rallies often ended in me making a mistake. And I tried to focus more on those long points and stick to basic rally. And that ended up working for me, because I broke back in this set again. As you see here, I lost focus in the end. It was not a difficult ball, but I made the mistake after a long rally. Might just be because I was tired. And here the important point. He's really making me work for it. In the end, that ends up being favorable for him as well. And I get a bit more tired, making some more stupid mistakes. I noticed I was able to get a lot of his smashes back, and I think that was due to the fact I was positioning myself on the court quite well most of the time. and I ended up taking this break because of that. It was a long rally and it paid off in the end. But then the game after, I find myself in the situation of being low 40 down, and I managed to scramble this point, which at least gives me some foot into the game. And I managed to win another with this service winner. But I ended up being broken back again by Patrick, and now he's serving a 4-all, and anyone can take this game. And this is an important game, of course, because then you're getting closer to that final game of the set, and also mentally, it's a very important game. Managed to play this back, and then he just touches it over the net, and it was a very nice game point for him. And it ends up leading 5-4, and then we got to my game, which puts more pressure on me. I need to serve to stay into the set, but I was proud with the way I dealt with that pressure. It was a nice lob from Patrick, but he ended up smashing it into the net, sadly. I noticed the further we got into this match that the longer rallies with the harder balls were going to Patrick. So if I tried to put my pace on the ball, he seemed to favor that. So when I just tend to hit more relaxed shots with a bit less pace, he needed to generate the pace himself. And that's where more mistakes happened. Just hit that with my frame, and Patrick tries to lob me, but that goes out. So the frame ended up being a winner, and that gives me two break points. And I take the first with this nice passing shot, and I get the chance to serve it out. And you see me up the aggressiveness a bit in this game. Not really doing anything for Patrick, and then I just hit this softball, which he then hits out, and that's really been more of my strategy for the rest of the match as well, to vary in pace and to catch him off guard sometimes. And in here I get 3 set points. I stumble a bit into that one and lost my footing a bit, which confused me the rest of the rally, but I tried to put myself into it. And he plays a very nice drop shot and just finished it easily.
Very nice. Oh.
And then with my second set point, I take it with the service winner. And I close the first set 7-5. So throughout the whole match, Patrick had very good hands. So at the net he was quite dangerous with soft touches. So my varying pace shouldn't be very in depth, because once he got to the net he got quite dangerous, especially because he was quite tall as well, so it was difficult to play around. So you see us playing with less pace in this second set, and then going my way a bit better. Placing it a bit more, staying focused, staying on top of things. Here Patrick gets a break point on my serve, and I managed to convert it and take my break. Take my serve and then break him in the third game as well. My fourth game goes my way, and now I'm up for love on his serve, and I feel confident, but I'm telling myself to not lose focus, otherwise these things happen, like this amazing passing shot from Patrick, which gets him a game, and then it isn't over, because then it's 4-1 and things can change so quickly. But here, the first match point, I get to the net, and Patrick plays it long, sadly. So I ended up winning my first round match at 7-5, 6-1. That's a result that I'm content with. The first set was more of a battle, but I was very proud with the way I handled the second set without dropping my energy levels or getting too comfortable. This meant that I would play the next round against Johnny, who is an R7 like myself. Sadly, the camera gave up after the first game, but let's have a look at that first game. Johnny was a very good player with solid strokes, and really took me a while to find the rhythm in this match, also being a bit tired from the match before. But so was he, so it wasn't an excuse from my end. He played with a lot more pace, so it was also difficult for me to adjust to that. As you see, his forehand here just crushing me into the corner, which gives him a 40-love lead. And I lost that first game. I also lost this whole second round match, 6-4, 6-3, but I felt happy that I was able to fight back and play at this tournament. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.